Christmas Eve 1917 was a special day for the Brown and Martin families. 20-year-old Elliot Brown married 16-year-old Jessie Ann Martin in Forsyth County, North Carolina. Their marriage record offers valuable insight into both families. Elliot identified his parents as Sam and Charlotte Brown. Sam was deceased, while Charlotte was living. Jessie Ann was the daughter of Douglas and Belle Martin. Douglas was living, while Belle was deceased. Reverend W.D. Martin officiated the wedding. Now let us explore four ancestors whose journeys brought two family lines together. Douglas and Belle Martin came from Virginia, while Sam and Charlotte Brown came from South Carolina. Their paths ultimately converged in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Through their children and grandchildren, these two Southern families became one, creating a shared legacy that continues through our family today. By 1900, Douglas and Belle Martin were living on Fogle Street in Winston and working in the city's thriving tobacco industry. Douglas was a tobacco caser, while Belle worked as a stemmer. Their 11-year-old son James also worked as a stemmer at only 11 years old. Although the labor was demanding, factory employment was often considered preferable to working in tobacco or cotton fields. By 1900, the Martin family had made their home on Fogle Street in Winston-Salem's Tobacco Historic District. The neighborhood stood among the city's great tobacco factories and supported a thriving African-American residential and business community. Little remains of Fogle Street today, but its cobblestones survive as part of the Long Branch Trail. Douglas Martin would be dead at the age of 51 in May 1919, following a violent confrontation at his family's home. According to the newspaper account, an argument began when Buster Webster intervened in a dispute and struck Martin's daughter Kate in the face. Her young brothers summoned their father, who came to stop the disturbance, and ordered Webster to leave. Witnesses said Webster instead retrieved a shotgun and fired, striking Martin in the breast. The defense claimed Martin had advanced with a stool, but testimony conflicted about whether a stool was ever involved. Webster reportedly admitted shooting Martin to keep him out of his room. He was charged with murder and held without bond for the July term of Superior Court. Douglas Martin, a Patrick County native and son of Essex and Betsy Martin, was laid to rest at Brushy Fork Cemetery near his wife, Belle, and an infant daughter by Annie Watt. In July 1919, Buster Webster was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 10 years of hard labor. Douglas had owned property on Dean Street and left an estate valued at $1,300, but within a few years, the property and the wealth he had built were lost. In 1870, young Douglas Martin lived in Patrick County, Virginia, with his parents, Essex and Elizabeth Betsy Martin. By 1880, the family had moved east into neighboring Henry County. Later records identify Betsy's maiden name as Scales. These Virginia counties border Stokes and Rockingham counties, placing the Martins just north of the Winston-Salem region. In the 1880 census, Belle appears as 11-year-old Rosa Belle Chandler, living in Stokes County with her parents, Ned Chandler and Mary Ziegler. 5 years later, on October 25, 1885, she married Douglas Martin. Their marriage lasted more than 30 years. Belle died on February 4, 1917, and was laid to rest at Brushy Fork Cemetery 2 years before Douglas joined her there. Like many black families of his generation, Elliot Brown left the cotton-driven economy of rural South Carolina for the growing city of Winston-Salem. In 1918, he worked for R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company. By 1935, the city directory listed him in the wood business. In 1944, Brown reported that he sold wood, coal, and ice for himself, revealing his journey from industrial laborer to independent entrepreneur and member of Winston-Salem's thriving black business community. The December 12, 1950 Winston-Salem Journal reported the tragic death of Elliot Brown, only 6 years after his 1944 registration card documented his ice, coal, and wood business. While sawing wood at 14th Street and Highland Avenue, a piece of an electric saw blade broke loose and struck him. Brown died shortly after reaching Kate Bidding Reynolds Memorial Hospital. The coroner ruled the death accidental. The article remembered him as a Spartanburg native, a firewood dealer, a member of Mount Zion Baptist Church, and the husband and father of a large family. His death brought a sudden end to a life defined by migration, hard work, entrepreneurship, faith, and family. One can only imagine what Christmas was like for the Brown family in December 1950. Elliot's funeral was held Friday, December 15th, at Mount Zion Baptist Church. 7 days later, the newspaper reported that his sons would continue the family's sawmill business. 3 years later, Jessie died from heart complications, and her funeral was held at Mars Hill Baptist Church. Elliot and Jessie were laid to rest together in Evergreen Cemetery.